there are a number of characteristics of organizational culture that separate UNT New College at Frisco from UNT Denton. These include open offices that allow for students and visitors to feel more welcome to campus, to ask questions, and to make connections beneficial for their future. Also, new open modern classrooms and work areas, as well as access to resources that allow students and faculty to keep up to date with ever-changing technology. Lastly, UNT Frisco provides students with free coffee every day, as well as frequent snacks and meals that not only make everyone feel loved, but often help ease the financial burden of buying meals that most college kids struggle with. Along with all of these awesome characteristics, there seems to be some that are conflicting. One of these being the distance between the two schools, and that is what we'll be discussing today.
So this just in, a trending topic at UNT New College at Frisco. They're running into some issues with a conflict of the distance from Denton to the new college. Some direct potential costs would be financially with the cost of gas, also time management, being late to class, and an immediate potential cost would be emotional stress on the student and also regretting taking the class and wanting to opt out of taking that class.
That's good. That's a good point. I think it's also important to note the indirect conflict costs, such as the overall educational. Group projects are really hard with everyone being in different areas. A lot of missed assignments are caused by the distance that they have to travel in order to either turn them in or to figure out the best option as far as getting it done. Attendance also suffers a lot, and in attendance, that can determine basically whether you pass or fail class. Obviously dependent on the professor, but in most cases that is really vital. Also, as far as long-term goes, time management skills can suffer from the kind of lack of motivation to even go to class and make that conscious effort, and bad grades can essentially lead to bigger problems in the grand scheme of things, such as, jobs wanting to know your GPA and different things like that.
Yeah, I also think they were talking about implementing a library and a tutoring area for the students here instead of having to drive back and forth.
Yeah, they said that should make it easier or make it more worth it for students to attend UNT College at New College at Frisco and kind of have that incentive instead of having classes only here and then having to drive all the way back to Denton to get services such as the library and tutoring, but also just for like financial aid and advising. So that should be beneficial in the future. Hopefully they make those changes sooner rather than later.
We also have a little snippet from a student and a professor just professing their frustrations about the distance at the new college.
Let's watch it.
Okay. UNT Frisco, yeah. Okay. Yeah. The distance you travel might hinder your arrival. I was wanting to make a case in order to lay back and stay at your place, but guess what? You're not alone because your professor is also on the phone, calling in sick to kick it at home. They too don't want to drive. They'd also rather watch Steve Harvey live. Trust me, we know the ride is rough, but you're hella tough.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Now leave your place and go ace. Work hard, and once you're at the start, get that degree, you'll see that you're as happy as one could be. So hurry up and get on 380 and head over already or use I-35, and I'll be here waiting with a high five. We'll see you
Here at the New College of Frisco,
so let's go and make this place your home.
Yeah.
That was interesting. Now we'll be turning over to Lauren, going live with an interview from Q&M with her Q&A.
This is Lauren reporting live with Q&M with our Q&A. So as a professor, how do you feel about the drive?
Well, listen. You look at 35 and its worth, which is almost nothing. So driving up from Denton, which we would love, maybe if it was a 30-minute drive, maybe we could work with that. But we're looking at 45 minutes tops with the construction, just a lane closure. So it's just becoming incredibly frustrating to, I can only imagine, not only me, but to the students as well.
So how do you feel about the drive?
My professor, being a very smart man, went over some fine details. Speaking of 35, 380, just as worthless. Don't need it. If there's a better system to get it here, we'd probably be more thrilled. But unfortunately, there's not.
So with that being said, do you think there should be a different attendance policy?
It would help me personally if maybe we could do, say 1 day a week was here, and then maybe Thursday class, we could do an online session.
So like a hybrid class?
Right. Right. That would be something I would love to look into.
So do you feel any less motivated to teach when you come here after a long drive?
Yes. Now the coffee, on the other hand, we love that. We love the coffee. Like the snacks, some energy, not only for me but for the students as well. If I'm feeling that way, I can only imagine how they feel. I'm getting paid to do it; they're not.
Same goes for me. Coming in here, I come in a little less motivated, but as soon as I see some free snacks, some food, some coffee, my day gets started. So.
Okay, so how do you think this situation could be improved?
Well, I feel as though if we just had, for the students' end, some certain exceptions. If you live in Denton, maybe your attendance should be like a little skewed a little differently. Maybe some more hybrid classes per se, but it just varies. I know the campus is a little new, so it's going to take some time, but probably more hybrid classes.
Okay.
Maybe even looking at a just pay raise or some maybe tax deductions for the teacher's sake, for just travel purposes. We have to get out here. That's more money, more time.
What about like a carpool or a bus? How would you feel about that?
That would be a viable option.
I think a bus service for students would
yeah.
be pretty nice if everyone could travel together. I'm sure professors feel the same way.
Right.
They could carpool over.
Yeah, I would be more than happy to ride with students. That's not going to affect my day.
Well, thank you all for your time, and I hope you all have a great day.
Yeah,
Thank you guys very much for having us.
Thank you, Lauren, for the Q&A with Q&M.
That was funny.
Yeah, that was nice. And thank you, Q&M, for the interview and the nice ballad. We also have another faculty member, Roxy, in the building, and Lauren is going to do another Q&A with her as well.
Back to you, Lauren.
Hey guys, I'm here with Roxy, a staff member here at the UNT New College of Frisco. So as a staff member, how does the distance affect you?
Well, the distance affects me in two different ways. And the first way is that I live in Prosper, so it only takes me 20 minutes to get here in the morning. However, on the days that I have to go to Denton, it takes me literally sometimes an hour to an hour and a half just to get to the Denton campus.
And what is UNT Frisco currently doing to help with the transportation issue and distance?
Okay. Well, currently, conversations have been happening because we know that there is a distance between the Denton campus and Frisco. It's 25 miles, west of us. Those conversations are, how can we get some bus support systems to come out here to bring students back and forth to campuses? Another thing that is hard for staff and faculty is that if you're at the Denton campus and then you've got to come to the Frisco campus in the afternoon, but you live back in Denton, it's really tough for those faculty and staff members to make that time and to know when the right time for traffic is and accidents and so on and so forth. So conversation is currently going on how we can help and that bus transportation type issue that seems to be in existence.
Great. Well, I think that's some great information, and thank you for coming in today.
Well, thank you for having me.